toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Ole Miss offense will take the field first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, Dave.
Now they got to put it together, right? Now this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches, and so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. So Kentucky's offense will take the field for the first time. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
Well, they need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Plenty of distance between them and the stick. On second down. Unloads to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Raw. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark him at the 49.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Got it behind the line. It's Raw. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for the pass.
And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Makes the catch. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Kentucky will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Everybody knows how difficult the SEC schedules are. You hear about it from every team there. It's hard to explain how a team like Ole Miss, all of that firepower, all of that ability, dumps a home game to a bad Kentucky team for the first time since 1964. That one basically kept them out of the playoff.
And I think one of the biggest surprises in that game was how Ole Miss could not protect.
Oh, he's got some space. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. You know, you think back on the Jackson Dart era at Ole Miss, the best 3-year run in more than 50 years. Now Austin Simmons steps in, full of potential, Jesse, to lead the Rebels to further glory.
Quarterbacks have played so well under Lane Kiffin in recent years. You can even go ahead of Jackson Dart back to Matt Corral and what he was doing in that offense. So now the lefty takes over. This dude's got a lot of talent. He can make every single throw on the field. Lane Kiffin's playbook is completely at this guy's disposal, and because of that, you know there are going to be a lot of big plays for the run.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Rebels will try to move the chains on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. Runs through a tackle. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
Got the first down and more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, this offense didn't get off to the start they wanted, going 3 and out of the gate. But on the second drive, they're doing much better. They're finding a rhythm, and I think a big part of that is establishing the running game. And a really nice job on that last one, picking up the first down.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
So I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Fires into the end zone. Into never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback are smaller, and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
That's reeled in. It's Brown. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn.
Turning it on! He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in, because this passing attack, it's lethal, because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Make them sweat it all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Brown. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And the Wildcats are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in at the 40. Slips through the line. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David. Only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And the Rebels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lacy. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll try to blast their way in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays.
He's going for the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. On the ground, it's McGowan. Breaks the tackle. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd... We're now 1st and 10 from the 40. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding.
There he goes. Hard running there. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the Q.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a great example of a defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Sets up the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Rebels come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Pulls and fires complete. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. He's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
False start off offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This 1st half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the RPO, complete. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Oh, they're after him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the 1st half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
He splits the uprights. This is now a 7-point game. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Looking to pass. It's Simmons. They'll run the screen. Still on his feet at the 40. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
He's got it on the right. Breaks into the open. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
The Rebels come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He'll pull it down. Finishes the run with the slide. On first down from the 13-yard line. Sends it back in motion. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Lacy. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
You know, there's so many...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score.
Kentucky, 3.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them where... Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Hands it off. Powers through the defender. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Kentucky will be forced to punt. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page, and they got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks and the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page and getting some positive yards.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. The Wildcats need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Gets rid of it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Caught in the backfield. It's Stribling. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Dropping back, it's Simmons. Under fire. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stuffed in the backfield.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Pocket breaking down. Makes a grab on the shot. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quick completion to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. And that will extend their lead even further.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to...
And that's a live ball. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Finding open areas. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Caught behind the line. It's Lee. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Wallace. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass, it's Simmons. Grabbed behind the line, it's Wallace. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And the route is on.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Husky Stadium, but the purple and gold have struggled to really pull away.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
To the ground. He's got it again. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Got enough for the first. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Going to the running game. Plows through the defense. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Trying the left side. Quick spin on the right. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Well, sometimes defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood, picked up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking to throw. Quickly complete. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Shakes off the defender. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Line gets set. First down. They'll ride the hot hand. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're facing a 3rd down. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Crosses the 40. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big playability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Wants to keep it in the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off the play fake. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And obviously you're never going to point to one individual play over the course of a game, but that right there is basically a microcosm of the day it's been for this offense. They have not been able to get points up on the scoreboard because they simply can't execute.
On 3rd down, going up top. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Kentucky. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
He's got it. 2-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team.
Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
So now it's 2nd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And with a lead like they have here in the 4th quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Quick release by the QB. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Rebels! And the beatdown has ensued.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
Kentucky, 11.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a gap, it's McGowan. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Turning it up, just steamrolling the defense. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.